What's up, everybody? And today I'm going to be doing a one disc review of the stock Simon Line Neutron time lapse. Now, the time lapse for most people is just going to fly like your normal overstable 12 speed, more like a pretty stable destroyer. But this one, very domey, got a pop top. See if you can hear that. It's got a heartbeat on it. But the yellow ones are supposed to be some of the more stable ones, and at least for me, this is more comparable to your common Halo, Destroyer, Horizon, Cloudbreaker, something like that. So today I am at Owens Field Disc Golf Course, going to be playing holes 3 through 16 in a loop. So that should be able to test both low speed and high speed stability. Should be able to get a look at the forehand and backhand at most of the holes. So let's get to hole 3. Alright, so before I get to the video, I would like to announce that I, for the foreseeable future, am a member of Team Flippy Disc Golf. Flippy makes amazing disc golf apparel that is very comfortable, and it's made of high quality material. So go to flippydiscgolf.com to shop for any disc golf apparel needs and use code RWEST71 for 10% at checkout. Hole 3 is just 2 stock chip forehands to the basket of this par 4. So just going to try, hit the first gap. Should be able to have a forehand in. Nick the tree. Not a bad kick. Actually in a very good spot. Dead center, just short of the short tee pad. The basket just runs to the right. So another stock hyzer forehand. Unfortunate roll off the kick, but it's a circle 2 look. Alright, a 45-ish look for the 3. Just a little bit high. Tap in 4. Hole 4 marked at 187. It's slightly downhill, so it plays less than that. Gonna try a chop forehand. Hopefully hit that last little ridge. Slow it down, maybe get an anti-skip. Juiced it. Either a really good tree or a really bad tree. Got a slight kick to the left, so got a pretty tough lie. Just gonna try to get this weird straddle to go in. Another tap in for par. Hole 5 says it's 387. Place to the left is a par 4. Mando left of the tree on the right. Gonna go flat and let the natural overstability when I'm throwing it, not as hard. Just let it carry to the left, hopefully give it some height. Didn't give it enough height, but still should give us a look at the birdie. Blake's forehand pitch up. Hole 6, I'd probably mark it right at 350. Gonna throw this basically flat, hopefully to get to some natural turn with the left slope, and it should finish right because it's a an overstable distance driver. Or no turn at all. Pretty weird lie. Just gonna try a pretty steep anhyzer flick. Another test of the slow speed stability. This one is 235 down the gap. Essentially dead straight, slight left finish. But I'm gonna try slow but steep anhyzer that it has to fight out of. A lot of spin. So we can hopefully carry that distance but still hit the gap. Just a hole that this disc really isn't built for. Say that as I pure the gap and almost ace. Now you see why I would never throw it just like that on this hole. Probably 60 deep, hanging basket with the headwind. Very tough putt. Another relatively tame par. Another flex line. This one is marked at 385. Goes through the left gap, flex, finish on the right. In my opinion, this made a par 3 is a pretty dang tough hole. But at par 4, this is hit perfectly. We have an eagle look. If not, scrambling, still possibly a birdie. Bogey is probably worst case scenario. And I hit it perfectly. Hit a tree at the end, should have an eagle putt. As I expected, an eagle look. Must have hit one of these late trees, needed a little bit more juice, and then we, honestly, with how much this thing skips, we had an ace look. An albatross on this hole would have been insane, but looking 60 feet. A little bit of wind. See if we can get something on the highlight reel. Nope. Another tame 3. Another slight flex just to try to give ourselves a chance at an ace. Again, this one is marked at 275. So very soft again, slight flex. Hit the line perfectly, give it some height, possible ace run. Beat that tree. Skip in. Oh my god! I don't know how that wasn't an ace. Okay, down and dirty now. Any putt. Alright, this one is just a deep par 4. Gonna be able to let loose. If I can pound it, either high hyzer, if I can push that back wall to the right a little bit more, then it would crash nicely, or I can go low lying, very punching hyzer, get a huge skip, and either way, probably gonna have a forehand in on the second shot, so we can afford to go a little bit more power on this one. Oh, I hit something. That's so unfortunate. Got a weird lie on this one because can't really do a reach out. Can't just have a stock forehand. You have to try to hit a gap. Kind of tough forehand wise, especially for me. So I'd say we got about 220 in. Just gonna go a little chop, catch an edge through the gap. Just try to get up there. Hung it out too wide, but does get that huge skip right at 25 feet. Consistently scoring on the par 4s. 3 birdies on 3 par 4s. So hole 11 is par 3, 280. Just gonna play a chop forehand, skip on the left side of the middle trees. Basically all you can do on this hole with the time lapse, because flex line is really cut off. Plus finishing into the left is not really what you want to do. So again, chop forehand and let it come back. Or you just overturn it because you're bad at forehand. Another forehand just to the pin. And a tap in, par. Hole 12, it's par 3, marked at 295. And very steep, flex forehand. Just the straight shot does not play well for the backhand here because it's very closed off on the right side. Finishing to the left, I would rather not do that. I think forehand would be enough to slow it down as well. Now just huge flare. Oh! I think we might be in the circle. If I went through those trees, then I'll have to look at that back. But going through those trees, that's a very small gap. At about 20 feet, I was right. Did go through these two trees right here. It slowed it down. Could have probably been parked if it didn't get slowed down right here. But left about 20 feet for a birdie. Ooh. This basket is missing some change, so I was very scared to make that putt. So hole 13 marked at 380. It's basically, this disc is not built for this type of hole. So I'm gonna try slight flex, flat to slight flex, pound it as hard as I can on the left side, let it drift whatever it wants to, and just try to cut off as much distance. Unfortunate tree hit, but it did go straight for a little bit. Well, there's another very cheeky flex forehand look. See if we can do a little bit better than what we did on hole 6. I skied it. It's going to leave a little bit more than I wanted to leave, but it's a putt and save par. In the circle, about 25. Time-lapse just not built for this hole. Doesn't excuse my terrible putting, but bogey doesn't hurt. We've scored well on this round. All right, hole 14, another par 4. This one is marked at 551. You either go left gap, try to finish to the left, and then you just have a hyzer. You finish to the right if you're going left, and then you're just on the other side of the little canal that's through this, or you go right side, so it's a stock hyzer. Finish to the left. Hopefully you end up on just in the dead center. That's what I'm going to try to do. Punch it flat pretty hard. Let it push. Hopefully not get as big of a flare, because that's going to bring in that water. And I mean, even though it's casual, I do not want to get in it right now. So of course, as soon as I throw, the train wants to sound its horn, but gonna have a weird shot in. Still push through, got a little bit of flare. In a pretty weird position to where there's water on the left that's pretty deep, and I need to finish 2 more holes on this round. So can't really afford to go. I mean, we can afford to go patent pending on this. We got left to right. So yeah, pretty steep anhyzer, patent pending, and hopefully not lose a disc. Way deep. This disc is so fun. Well, not too incredibly deep. The problem is, got thorns all around me. So really only got a hyzer putt with a stick in my back. Flick putt. Wait, hold on. Flick putt. Tap in par. So hole 15 marked at 280. I know it's a lot shorter than that. I put it at about 220, 230. Just again, slight flex. Best case scenario, we barely beat the tree on the right, like barely in front of it, have an ace look, but very soft flex. That just needs to flare hard. I get a straight flare, unfortunate. 20-foot look at the bird. Oh. Last hole is a stock hyzer. I'd say about in the 310, 320 type range. Again, stock hyzer. We punch it low enough, maybe get a flare, maybe get an ace. Just needs to push. Oh, I think we got right past it. Either hit the backside of the middle trees or we got right past it. Unfortunately did clip the backside of the middle trees, but leaves us with about a 15-footer to end it. And one more thing, I haven't been able to fully open up with this disc, so we're in the field right next to hole 16. Gonna try to get nose down on Anheuser and get a reading with U-disc on how far this thing goes. That's crushed. See what reading we get. All right, if I'm not mistaken, then we went 4 down with 5 birdies. We had the bogey on 13, but we got birdies on 5, 8, 10, 12, 15, and 16. So actually 5 down. Should be 5 down if I'm counting correctly. Yeah, should be 5 down. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, go to flippydiscgolf.com for any disc golf apparel needs. Use code RWEST71. Got some Flippy merchandise right here that I've had for a while. One of the most comfortable shirts that I own. So again, go to flippydiscgolf.com. Use code RWEST71 to get clothes like these. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.